This is the Playful Humans podcast. I'm your host, Mike Montague, and my guest this week is Mss Francois. She is right there. She's a dynamic speaker, entertainer, producer, author, talk show host. We're going to talk about that. That's amazing. You can find her at mssfrancois.com. You can find Playful Humans at playfulhumans.com. That's pretty easy to remember as well. You don't have a hard time with the, you don't have to check the show notes for the website addresses today. But if you want to have more fun, flow, and fulfillment in your life, you are in the right place. We're going to have fun with Mss Francois this morning. So check it out. Here we go. It's the Playful Humans podcast. All right, welcome to the podcast, Mss Francois. How are you doing this morning?
I am amazing. Even though it's morning, I'm one of those early people, so I'm always up in the morning.
Good. Yeah, sounds great. We like to start the show with the joke of the week. The joke of the week is brought to you by the Procrastinators Club. Join us next week at the Procrastinators Club. All right. How did the hipster burn her mouth?
But let me hear how sad this joke is. Yeah, let me hear the answer to that, Mike.
How did the hipster burn her mouth? She was drinking her coffee before it was cool.
Oh, wow, that is hilarious. Let me laugh.
Thank you. That's the response it deserved. I appreciate it. So tell us about what you have going on. I mentioned author, but I didn't say the name of the book. So you talk a lot about relationships. The author, the name of the book is Let That Bleeping Man Go. And you can fill in the bleep with whatever adjective you desire, right?
I'm still going to keep it clean. It's let that effing man go. And I put a bunch of symbols in the middle there because I'm like, when you break up with someone, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're not really happy. So it's a way to voice exactly how you're feeling. So you could pick and choose whatever word that fits you at the moment. But it's 5+ steps to getting over a breakup. Okay, that's not that playful. But when you get another, after you get out of the breakup, you can start being a little more playful after that.
I feel like one of those steps should be being more playful and getting out there and having fun, right? What are the 5 steps?
In short, I'll just say first is 5+ steps, right? What people don't realize is I'm pretty smart. It's really 6. But some people ain't as smart as me, but it's okay, right? Yeah. But I'll give you some of the steps, right? So some of the steps is clean house. Right? And people always say, why would you clean your house? But I'm like, there's so many things that's left over from that relationship from pit years. People like to be smelling their man or woman underwear, still sleeping in their t-shirts. Mike, you know what I mean? You look like you did a few of those things. Trying to keep reminiscing. You look like you slept in t-shirts and all kind of stuff. But people they don't separate themselves from something in the past. They keep holding on to all these memories. So one of the things you have to detach and separate yourself in order to start healing. So that's one of the steps. So no more smelling people underwear. Let the ex burn the stuff, sell the stuff, make some money. So that's
I can see that. I'm not so sure about the underwear, but yeah, I'm a very sentimental guy. Yeah, I like to hang on to stuff. That's great. I think I want to know all about the talk show and how that turned into it, because I read a little bit about your story online, and I know that you kind of launched this thing, but it's become a big deal. You're in 22 Caribbean countries and have this syndicated in all kinds of cool places. So congratulations on that success.
Thank you. I'm pretty amazing, right? Well, when you keep, people always say, oh, you're an expert in relationships. I'm not an expert in staying in a relationship and basically getting over it. So I'm still single, Mike. I ain't see no ring. I'm trying to look at your fingers. I don't know, what I'm saying? Anywhere I'm going, oh, damn it. Whatever. Anyway, in case you're looking for a mistress, I'm still open. So with my talk show, it basically comes from a sad place in the beginning where, breaking up, relationships not working out, whatever the case might be. And we all know right now, Mike, it's not me. It's them, right, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it really came from that kind of place. And it came from, I started in Toastmasters. If you ever heard about Toastmasters, this has nothing to do with drinking.
Yeah, right.
But all to do with personal development, public speaking. And I started with a speech called Steve Harvey Can't Find Me a Man. and he still hasn't. Thanks, Steve. Right. And from there, I won like competitions in Toastmaster. I made it a one-woman show on off Broadway, sold out shows. Thank you very much. And someone just came up to me, and I was at like a down time in my life, and they said, "Oh, what would you want to do?" I was like, oh, I want to show like Carol Burnett, you know, with skits and fun and comedy. And I did what I needed to do, take the classes, whatever, and it turned into taking my own life story and changing it into a relationship-focused talk show, but adding humor. I don't want no one coming on my show crying and telling me any sob story. Everyone have a sad story. Stop trying to feel special. But because of some of those stories, you can make it fun. Because how much time you don't look back to some of your really sad relationships, Mike, and you realize, oh my God, why did I date her? She's not even that cute. She wasn't even that smart. And you even laugh at yourself and laugh at the situation. So I feel like laughing at some of these situations help other people look at their situation. Honestly, it's not that serious. You learn from it. You learn so much from it. You move on, and you might meet someone even 10 times more amazing. Right, Mike?
Well, absolutely. And I'm excited to talk to you about it here today, because I do think dating is hysterical. It's just a funny endeavor. And also that you need to be playful in your relationships and stuff, right? If you take all this stuff way too seriously,
what kind of playful are we talking about?
It's not going to work out. You know, any of them, any kind of playful, really. But you know, the point of it is to have fun and make yourself, you know, feel good and be around people that inspire you and challenge you and push you and all the things that we would describe to playing, right? It's freely chosen. It's fun. It's challenging, and it's engaging. It makes you feel present in your life.
I think it starts being so intense as you get older. Also, if you notice, again, it's the same thing. Like when you're a kid, you're running, you're throwing yourself down, you're jumping around. As you get older, it's teenagers to your early 20s. He could take you to McDonald's, you have some fun, you go, you know, it's simpler. When you start to get older and you've been through so much different experience, oh my God, I think we started to be just angry people dating. Like, oh my God, you ain't got this kind of job. What kind of benefits your job have? How many people you been with? What you doing? What are your goals? Like, it starts to become, I need a resume in order to even take you out. And honestly, people should have a resume to take me out. I'm just keeping it real. But it's amazing how intense dating and relationship has become. It's not that playful anymore. Like they take the fun out of it. As we women, as soon as we date somebody, if I go out with you, Mike, I'm like immediately, oh my God, my kids are gonna be like 5, 10. Oh my God, we could live this place. Or you like warm climates. So like women plan the whole thing on the first date, exactly how this whole relationship is gonna play out. And we forget to be present in the moment and just have some fun and just eat some food. It just, you know, go to the movies, take a trip, take a walk and be present. But no one is present anymore. Everyone just keep planning and planning and planning. And obviously it's not working out, right? Because I'm still single and I'm here on your podcast.
Well, I think there is a lot of ironic and funny things about dating. Like I said, I host game shows. So I got the Steve Harvey look a little bit here, but I'm not suited up this morning. But one of our questions is a popular place to go on a first date. And the number one answer is the movies, which is 2 hours of not talking to the other person. Not really a great first date spot,
I don't know why. I think we just say that because it just seems easier. First of all, it's affordable, right? Yeah. And if you get something to eat, you get some popcorns, a soda. I mean, that's affordable date. It's not breaking the bank. But, and I think that should come a lot with the guys too, because you get to put maybe a hand around the person's shoulder. Hopefully it's a scary movie that she's like, oh my God. But honestly, it's not getting to know the person. It's fun, but maybe on the, the second, third, fourth date, when you decide maybe I could actually have a conversation with this person and this person is interested enough, but I never understood that. I also heard one of the worst dates you can go on is at dinner. First of all, you're spending a bunch of money. You don't even know the person. And they said the worst food to order is spaghetti because you have to do that whole slurping thing and it's not that sexy.
I will admit that I do like Italian food. So that was one of my first date go spots. But mini golfing, also very good. That's active. You're up doing a little mini golfing. You get to show off any skills you have, if you have some, and plenty of time to talk. Yeah. Do you have a favorite first date?
Like I'm a very outgoing person, right? So my first date, since I don't really know you, I like to keep it simple. First of all, I love ice cream. So guys, If you want to take me a date, take me for ice cream. I will talk. I will be so happy. I love ice cream. Or just a simple walk in the park if it's a summer's day. Just more conversation and a light conversation to see if it makes sense for us to even talk again on the phone or even meet in person. And again, you're saving money. I'm not into, oh, you got to buy me this dinner. What's the point of that? For me to bathe, put on my best outfit, put on my shoes that are going to give me corns and all kind of calluses to impress who? You know, so I'm good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think a good coffee date or like breakfast or lunch instead of dinner is even better because there's less things. Don't feel that pressure to dress up and everything. You can show up and be casual.
Exactly. Got to put my good wig on. It's too much, you know.
Me too. Yeah. So tell me about your career. Have you always been playful, or did you have like a day job and serious? I don't see you in a serious like corporate office setting
You're
here.
telling me.
Yeah. So did you ever do that and have to break out, or have you always?
So I'm a manager in a financial institution, and people find that hard to believe, right? Because I was like, the funny thing is, I don't like numbers. I work in a bank, right? I think the thing is I do actually like my job a lot. I think I like the policy and procedure, but the only thing is I'm not the typical manager. So if you ever walk into my bank, not your business, you don't need to know where I work. But when you walk into the bank, typically it's like, hi, how are you? May I help you? You know, have a seat. Do you have an appointment? That's not my personality. And even though I have tried to do that in the early days, it's not me. I'm more like, hi, I see you came to see me. I understand why. Can I help you with, like, I am personality all day. But at the same time, I think it puts people guards down. They tend to laugh. They're more relaxed. And believe me, because of my personality, they bring the money. So obviously I'm doing something right. I'm just not doing it how some people would like me to do it, but I'm doing something right.
Well, I think that's awesome. And that's part of my message too. You know, I see empowerment behind you on your backdrop, but also the word authentic. And that is something that I'm passionate about, because I kind of said that before we hit record, actually, that I'm in the play space. I'm a play professional. I host game shows and DJ and karaoke and all kinds of crazy things. But I don't wear the silly bow tie and like the arrow through my head. And I'm not just like goofy for the sake of being goofy. That's not my style. So I feel like I have an off button that some people don't have, you know, that my power and my authenticness is to be real with people and connect with them. And I think you need to be who you are. If you are the crazy bow tie guy, go have at it. You know, that's awesome. That's your thing, and you'll attract people with that energy too. But I'm wondering, with your show and what you talk about, or even in dating and relationships, how do those words resonate with you?
Or the authentic, because my thing is, right, I always, in the early days, I make myself sound like I'm 80 or something in the early days. Oh my God. Like yesterday, right? People always used to get on me for my personality. They thought I was too much. Oh, the reason I might not attract a man is because I need to tone it down a bit and not be so much of myself. And after I capture the man, then I could be myself. And I'm like, and I've tried it. It's just crazy. And what I realize is, even when I try to be those kind of people, I'm unhappy. You know, it's kind of depressing. It's sad. It's like I'm holding so much in. And I think a lot of myself, I get to be myself on my show. Because I said, if people don't like it, it's the Mss Francois Show is my show. I really don't care. So in doing my show and getting to be myself, exactly who I am, it's fun. And again, you attract those kind of energy. People supposed to like you for who you are. Not everyone's gonna like you, but okay, it's like 300 million people in America and 7 billion people in the world. All I need is that 1 million, I'll be fine. So everything is not for everyone, but I like being me, and I think in being me, I get to empower others. I'm even empowering myself. It just, and it's entertaining at the same time. How awesome it is, you get to do what you love by being yourself. Not a lot of people could say that, and I can get to say that.
Well, I think that's exactly why I try to interview playful people on this podcast, whether they're jugglers or comedians or anything. I think when you get to do your passion and you get to be yourself for a living, I think that's a really powerful thing. And I heard a quote one time. I'm going to have to look up who said it, because I use it a lot. But people get paid for what they do, make less than people who get paid for who they are. So some of the most like powerful and rich people on the planet are paid for who they are, not what they're producing or what they're doing. And I find that so interesting, and it makes sense to me as you kind of level up in your life and you think about self-actualization and what you want to do and how you express yourself. Like once you are something rather than trying to do something, it becomes a lot more powerful, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times I think when we do something, we're doing what a lot of other people want us to do, what our parents want us to do, what your grandparents want us to do, what your teachers want you to do, and I think we get all, wrapped up in that we lost ourselves along the way. And I think it's so sad, but it's later years, sometimes you wake up one day and you're like, but I'm not happy, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to be married to this guy that my dad told me I should marry, and I always say, all that's fine, as part of life experience, but I hope it happens earlier than later in life. They claim it's never too late. Sometimes it is kind of late, people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
yeah,
it
no,
might be
think
later
so,
than usual.
But sometimes people, I have had people like on their, like, no stories of people on their dead bed, and they're like, then they wish they had done this. And honestly, at that point in time, it is too late, So I think the earlier you find out these things, it's so much better. You get to enjoy life, and hopefully you live till you're 80 or 100. But some people don't get the opportunity because it's too late when you're on your deathbed.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Order matters.
It's not that playful, but you get it.
No, I totally get it. I think now is always the best time to do something, right? But sometimes order does matter, right? If you want to be a professional athlete or have a big family or something, those are probably things you want to do when you're younger and not when you're 80, right? And then but at the same time, I think there are ways to be in professional sports or to, foster kids and things like that. If that is your dream and you feel like you missed your chance, I think there's always another chance to start again or find a way to make that work. So that's interesting. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about your show and how you make that work, because I feel like there is a lot of stuff to unpack there around like imposter syndrome and do I have the right to have my own talk show or podcast like I do and stuff. I feel like there are a lot of people that want to do those kind of things and be as expressive as you are, but they hold that back. Do you have any advice for us?
I think especially in the beginning to just start, because they say a lot of times people's problem is they don't even start, because by the time they think about it, get excited, they just switch it off and be like, they have all these negative things that enters into their mind and stays in your subconscious, right? For me, one of the things, and that's even in my book, I put one of the things that helps me through is having great friends. But I don't like using the word friends because people have watered down friends so much, BFF, friends with benefits. So I call people that are very, very close to me, meaning like 2 people or 1, is confidants, right? Because confidants is that person that you could 100% tell everything and trust it's going to be between me and that person. At the same time, the person is listening and not always trying to fix the issue or give you advice. It's just that person being there for you. And I think with me, having that right person with that right mindset and being on the same level and energy is very encouraging and could always push you to that next level to keep you, at least have you start, to figure out if this is what you really want. Because sometimes you have those friends that are going to, no, you shouldn't be doing that, or blah, 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 or whatever. And sometimes it's even your own family, because a lot of things I realize with family and your old friends that you have had for 20 years, they always know the person that you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and they always bring that up. Well, you don't get up early in the morning when you have totally changed. So with me, is having the right people in your corner that's encouraging and supportive and could definitely, and you meet people along the way as you continue to network. Sometimes that person you met 2 years ago is that person that will help get you to the next level compared to that person you have known for 20 years. That's your friend.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's great. And it also just kind of lends into what we talk about here a lot too, about being playful is doing it with other people and people that you trust and being open enough to experience things and to allow them to be your confidant and stuff, I think is great there. Now, I want to switch gears a little bit with you and ask you, what is the most fun for you? What is the most fun you have?
Fun? What? But this is fun as in, well, fun could be so many things to different
Yeah.
people. When it comes to my show, especially, I think that's when I do have the most fun. Like before COVID, because now I have like a mini studio at home. Before COVID, I used to do it in state of the art camera equipment or studio, so forth and so on, which we're going to open back in 2022. But I think with all its preparation and stuff, it's exhausting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just keeping it 100% real. But when I sit in that chair and I put the lights come on and the person sit in front of me for that 30 minutes, I have so much fun. And sometimes one of my thing is I don't know exactly what I'm gonna say. You never know what I'm thinking, but I always think I ask the questions other people might be wanting to ask, and I just have fun in watching people go like, huh? I don't know, you could ask me that. Like just being open. I just like that, and that's fun for me. And the other thing that I do personally, but some people might think it's all that fun, but I love reading. I read a lot. I'm one of those people that have the hardcover books. I have the Audible. I have the book on my Kindle. I have the book on my job computer. I love to read, and I think one of the reasons I love reading so much is my imaginations get to go all over. And I don't read those kind of books with that kind of imagining, but I'm more into personal development or people's story. I love to hear people's story. I like to hear the struggle and how they overcome it and where they are now and look at them. So that's my fun and my exciting time for me. I get really excited just reading and learning something new.
Me too. I can relate to that a lot. For me, that's more of a centering activity and stuff. But I really do love learning, and I love hearing people's stories like that as well. So is there anything on your fun bucket list? Is there a guest you've always wanted on the show or something you've always wanted to do? What's like the pinnacle? What would be the most fun?
So I'm one of those people, right? A lot of people love Oprah. So Oprah, she don't need to be on my show. She needs to be calling me so I could be a part of whatever she does. So that's the level. My friend always asks me what would have to happen in 5 years, for example, I would believe that I have made it. And I always said Oprah would call me and I would put her on hold. And I believe, I'm not saying that to be, I think I'm all that. But for Oprah to call you instead of me going, oh my God, it's Oprah. I'm like, no, that's my mindset should be at a level like, you took kind of long, Oprah. Like, what's the problem? You seen what I've been doing. I've been waiting on this phone call. So hold on one second. Ellen is on the other line. Tyler Perry is on the other line. I'll call you right back. So that's where I'm at.
I love it. That's awesome. Now, I feel like you're the first guest maybe that I don't have to ask, but would you like to play a game?
No, you don't have to ask.
He is in. All right. Well, I'm going to spin our wheel of games. There are 10 games on here, and you got 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie is pretty easy. All you have to do is say 2 fun facts about yourself, and one that is fiction, one that's completely made up, and we're going to try and guess which one is the lie. So I'll go first. Let me think about this here for a second. All right. I opened and did post-show entertainment for the Thunder Down Under male strip club group. I have done a voiceover for Cirilla's adult toy store, or I have hosted the Missy B's drag show, the famous Missy B's drag show here in Kansas City.
I think number 2 is the lie.
Oh no, it's number 3. I haven't hosted the drag show, but I was the MC for Thunder Down Under once, and
because you laughed, so it sounded like you had a memory of it, so that's what that was true.
The Cirilla's commercial was really funny. I was on the radio, so I did a voiceover for that, but not as myself, so that was good. All right, your turn.
You do have an awesome voice, like when you start the show with the song, and it's very nice.
I appreciate that. Okay. Your turn.
Okay, so I love meeting celebrities. To me, that's always awesome and exciting. So one is I met Snoop Dogg, which was pretty awesome. And that's one. Okay, I met Snoop Dogg. Okay. And he wasn't smoking for once. The second one is I met Carol Burnett, because that's like my idol. And she thought I was amazing and beautiful. So that was awesome. And thirdly, I met Bill Clinton. I don't care if you like him or not. And he gave me a kiss and I didn't wash my face for like 2 days.
Wow. Well, those are interesting stories. You kind of leaned into all three like they were true, but
That's why I'm that good.
I know. So you said Snoop Dogg was not smoking. That sounds like a lie, but maybe not at that moment. So I'm gonna save that one. And then I've seen Carol Burnett in Hawaii when I was there on vacation, but I didn't get to meet her. So I think that's still possible. So I'm gonna say Bill Clinton is the lie.
No, that's the truth.
Oh man. I believe the kiss on the cheek, though. That was the thing. Like Bill Clinton kissing you and Snoop Dogg not awesome. Smoking. I should have gone with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg.
Dang it. I knew it. You gave it away. All right. Well, thank you for playing anyway. We both missed, so that means you win as our guest. You win a free 30-second commercial here. Any asks or gives for our audience? How can we best help you?
Okay, so my thing is, you could, just like Mike said, you can go to my website, www. That's Mss Francois, and you can download my free ebook. Is tell you exactly some short steps how to get over a breakup, so forth and so on. And in October, I'm starting this new course, which is basically you changing and going to the next chapter in your life, because we letting that effing man go. So definitely check out my website. You can check me out on all, and I do mean all, social media platforms, because I'm amazing. I mean, don't you want to see more of this, right, Mike? Well, be married, but everyone else, like beside Mike, I'm sorry. All right, so check out my website, www.mssfrancois.com.
There you go. And she's also accepting resumes because she's still single. So if you want to send that through the DMs, you can do that as well. Thank you for joining us, Mss Francois. Check out that website, mssfrancois.com, or on all the socials there. If you would like to learn more about Playful Humans, go to playfulhumans.com. We have a community there where you can join other adults trying to rediscover the power of play and have more connection, better company cultures, more just fun in your life, and beat the boredom and burnout. Go to Playful Humans, reach out to us. We do team building events and all kinds of stuff there as well. So until next time, go play, everybody. Have fun.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play.